Well, the moments after a car accident can be confusing and scary, but there are some important things that you should be doing right after that accident. Joining us today is local attorney Alex White with kind of a checklist, if you will, of what you need to do. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I love being on your show.
Yeah.
I usually do not get nervous.
Why are you nervous today?
You've had a great show, and I've got to come on after an amazing violinist.
Wasn't that great?
I was in the back taking videos, pictures.
Yeah.
What a great way to start the day.
I mean, I feel like every time you're here, you never know who's going to be on and who you're going to follow. Did you play a musical instrument in school?
I played the handbells for 8 years.
Indeed. Okay.
So
right?
I was pretty serious about it. If I had all of the other like third graders that were in my choir at the same time, I'd probably ring a pretty good bell or two.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Well, he will not be performing with the Louisville Civic Orchestra, right? But today we're talking about like when you have an accident, right? So many things are going on, and people obviously you want to make sure people are safe and they get medical attention. What other things? Dial us through like what other basic things people need to do to be aware to kind of like take documents and notes at the time.
So this is so important, and it's why we talk about it a lot. When you get in a car wreck, you have so much going on. You're in a sense of urgency and shock. Even as a law school student that worked at a personal injury firm, I was in a car wreck once, and I had no clue what to do.
Even you, yeah.
But in short, the most important thing to do after you are sure that everyone is safe and there's no immediate need for medical attention and the cars are moved to a safe location is to take photographs, I think. We've had clients before ask, I didn't even know if I was allowed to take photos. Am I allowed to? And absolutely. And the things you want to take photos of include everything from the damage to not only your vehicle, but all the other vehicles. Frequently, we've seen situations where maybe our client's car doesn't sustain a lot of damage, and the insurance company wants to hide behind that and say, look, no one could have got hurt in this wreck. There was no body damage. And then you get the picture of their car and the whole thing changes. So having photos of all the cars involved is critical.
It's important too to have like the photos of documents and insurance and all those things you still need.
Yes, I say take pictures of the license plates of the cars that were there. Very frequently what will happen is a witness might stop by and say, oh, I saw this, and then they disappear. If a car stops by, take a picture of that license plate. Perhaps they were a witness. Their name may not appear on the police report down the road. Our office will be able to find out who the owner of that car was and then retrieve that information, and then they can be a witness like they intended to be when they stopped.
And what should somebody do as far as like contact? Do you need to contact somebody immediately? I mean, what if there's not a lot of damage, you're not really injured, and you just need to follow your report and move on? Is it ever that simple?
I wish. If it was that simple, there wouldn't be an industry where I'm at. Before I became a personal injury attorney, I used to hear the commercials about call us before you call the insurance companies, and I thought it was because the attorneys just wanted to, get the money first. There's so many pitfalls that can happen at the early stages of a case. It's critical that you do talk to the attorney first. And I've seen it play out time and time again where somebody maybe gives a recorded statement. They may say something that was a trick question, and that would create a scenario in which their claim is devalued, or it forces litigation, or doesn't settle for years as a result of something that they did before talking to an attorney.
Make those mistakes, you can't undo them right away.
And if we're in the game early, closer in time to when the actual incident occurs, we can mitigate any of those problems from happening and make sure it's done right from the beginning.
All right, Alex, thanks for stopping by once again. So if you want to get in touch with Alex and his team at Alex R. White Lawyers, PLLC, just head on over to SueDistractedDriver.com.